As you know, we have been working with this task, and this task refers a little to history of astronomy, as a way to understand and to try to learn science, the scientific methodology. But also we have used Stellarium as a tool. In particular, we have used Stellarium for finding out our horoscopes, and if the horoscopes fits with the common popular understanding of the horoscopes. Okay. So please, I would like to see all of you. That means easy, no so easy, difficult, Stellarium. Can you raise the hands and indicate? Okay, and I would like, more or less I can see that in Tenerife, is almost everybody agree that is easy, but in Lofoten, is some say okay, but it has been a little more difficult for others. If you remember, in the first time we met, I asked a question just at the beginning. I asked a question to all of you, and then we didn't get it back. I asked a question, if you remember, I say, what is the most interesting object in the universe you can think about? Remember about this question that I just put it on the screen. I asked it, and then I ask you, please take note about what do you think is the most interesting object in the universe. And we never use it. Okay, let's try to use it, especially if you remember. So I'm going to say two objects, which in general, they are very popular. Doesn't mean they have to agree with your selection, but they are very popular. So if some of you have selected one of the objects that I'm going to say, just raise your hand. Okay, so I'm going to say the first object, which in general is quite popular, they are black holes. Have you selected black holes as an answer? Please raise your hand. Okay, we have two, one from Tenerife and one from Lofoten. Great. And I'm going to say just there are super great possibilities. I'm going just to say the second one, which are the exoplanets, planets outside the solar system, exoplanets. Have you choose, some of you, the exoplanets? No, one. Okay, one. We have one in Lofoten. Great. And now, okay, so there are several of you that have chosen something else. So I'm going to give you 1 minute and say to your teacher the object you have selected. Say to your teacher in 1 minute, quickly. And then your teacher, when I will ask in 1 minute, will say to everybody your extra selections. Please go ahead and talk with your teacher in this minute about what you have selected.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have the sun here. The sun is selected. Yeah.
Great.
And then we had a gas planet. I didn't remember the name. It is
WASP 127b.
Yes.
Okay, so, that was a very good and concrete selection. Excellent.
And
the universe itself.
The universe itself. Great.
Stars.
Stars.
And stars.
Yeah, the stars.
The exo.
Those are basic.
Got the exoplanet. No. And you, Urban?
Solid.
Life.
Life in the universe.
Outside Earth.
Okay. Yeah, this is also great. And this is a very important field of study now. Thank you. That was great contributions. Now we move to Tenerife. Can you unmute, Enrique, and say what you have been thinking about there?
Okay, they agree with stars.
Yeah, great.
One Saturn.
Saturn, planet.
Planet, yes.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting. Beautiful. And as you remember, before we make an introduction, and when we went to our local groups rooms for making a discussion of some questions, and then at the end, we came back to this room and we went into a plenum for talking all together. Today, we are going to do the same. I need to use it. Okay, let's go back then. So you have different groups you see here, and you see the rooms. It's the same we used before. RockStar Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. So there you need to go to working groups. Please take note of those questions. Write it down, because this is really the task we are going to do. You are going to work with now in your working groups rooms, and then afterwards in the plenum. The first question, discuss and reflect with your group colleagues your findings and implications. Number 2, this is something we would like you to discuss together. After this experience, astrology versus astronomy, the question is, just for opening a debate, what do you think are the most important pillars of the scientific method? Yes. And then finally, the third question, if we do have time, I hope so, is a question that we did not have time in the first session. And I think it's very relevant, actually. Why do you think astrology, for example, reading horoscopes, is so popular? Even, I mean, today, it's so popular. And especially among young people. What do you think that happens? So this is also something to create a little debate inside the working groups rooms, and then we are coming back to our conclusions into plenum. So now please go ahead, go to your working places, and I see you in around 30 minutes, which means now is 2:45, so 2:15. We are back here 2:15.
When you put 2000 before Christ. Didn't expect that.
When I put in my birth date in year 0, I am a Gemini. Yeah, Gemini. And the sun was exactly in the middle of the horoscope.
Okay.
But in 2003, the sun was a bit outside the horoscope, like in the middle of 2 horoscopes.
Mm-hmm. I understand. Well, that is what you found too. So she saw the same thing as you, but I saw the same thing as him.
Yeah.
Him.
What did you think? What did you think? Again.
Hennes var en lettere sånn som det er i dag. Men du var jo...
Oh, I did not have the same thing as you, Daniela, because mine was in a different constellation.
In your birthday?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So it's not the same thing.
Yeah, are we ready? Jan Erik, are we ready in Lofoten?
Yes, we are ready here from Lofoten. Yep.
So let's do it like this. If it was good and you like it and it was easy to discuss, if it is okay, normal, or it was difficult the questions were difficult. Let's go ahead. What you will use? So in general, I have a lot of thumbs up. Well, that's nice. So I'm going to start with the group number 3. And I would like to Viljar and Ylva from Norway to maybe stand up and came a little closer. and say a little to the rest your conclusions.
So we found out that 3 of us had the sun in a different constellation in year 0, as in the year we were born in. But one of us, Daniela, had the sun in the same constellation in her birth year and in year 0.
Yes, they said practically everything, that they had the sun in a different constellation in their birthday, but when they went back to 2000 before Christ, it was in the same constellation. So that's it.
How many of you, just please raise the hand, how many of you, by comparing the horoscopes in the actual day and in the 2000 before Jesus Christ, they find it in the same constellation? How many find it in the same constellation? And how many find it in different constellations? Okay, so almost everybody, yeah, I see that, yeah, 100%, this has shifted.
Yeah, we think observation is very important because.
Yeah.
So observation is important because then we can watch the changes, if it changes, or compare the results. Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
We didn't say anything about a religion or anything, so we didn't take that in the conclusion.
We think the same. They think observation is important, and you need to demonstrate the things with facts and experience.
Yep. Very, very good.
It's a fun pastime.
Yes, and it gives answers. Yes.
He gave answers. That's a very good point. In Spain, do we want to add something, please? Paula?
The same as them is a pastime that appeals to the young people.
That's great. The first was to learn a little more about the scientific method. So please, do it like this. If you say, yes, I have learned a little more how it works, do it like this. Or I say, well, not so much. And do it like this if, no, I haven't learned nothing about it. So just use your fingers, please. Have you learned about the scientific work with this task? Okay, we have a combination of thumbs up or no so much. That's great. That's great. Then the second was about to have a little insights about the history of the astronomy. What do you think? Have you learned a little extra about history of the astronomy? Okay, so we have like more going in this direction, and there in Tenerife a little forward up. So still we're in positive values. That is great. I would like to thank Enrique. I would like to thank very much also Jan-Erik. We have been doing a great work together, and all of you. It has been great to see your faces here participating in this experiment through the net.